key expansion says it is generating +1. That means 44 words will be generated. 2475 can be 0010 representing 2. So we follow this expression. If I mod 4 not equal to 0, we calculate the next word, 2 cipher keys. We have 2 set of cipher keys that are different in only 1 bit. Gets 4NR, 4NR plus 1, 4N to the base R plus 2, key 0 to key 15, and words from 0 to 43. Hello students, welcome to the next session of Network Security. I am Dr. Soumya Shri from Department of Computer Science, Vidyashram, First Grade College. Let's start this session. The session was all about the methodology or method of implementing an AES cipher in the network security, isn't it? Now, after the step of permutation, now let's go on to the step of key expansion. For getting a round key of 128 bits, we follow a key expansion method. How do we perform the key expansion method? Let's check in this session. The key expansion is all about to create the round keys. You need 128 bit of round keys, isn't it? So, for each round, the AES cipher uses the key expansion process. That means how you are expanding the round key is if the number of rounds is n to the base r, that is number of rounds. The key expansion routine that we follow in AES creates n to the base r plus 1, 128-bit round keys. How many number of rounds are there? Based on that, there will be n to the base r plus 1, extra 1 round key will be generated in the key expansion procedure from one single 128-bit cipher key. Suppose if you have 128 bits, the AES is following 10 rounds. 10 rounds with 4 words in each round. That means it has to generate 44 rounds. 44 round keys will be generated because 10 rounds, 4 words will generate 40 words. But here it must be extra 1, n to the base r plus 1, number of rounds plus 1. That means there will be 44 words that will be generated in the key expansion. If it is 196 bits, it will be 12 rounds, isn't it? If it is 192 bits, we are going to use the 12 rounds of round key. That means 12 into 4, it is 48 words. But as the key expansion rule says, you have to have n to the power of r plus 1 round keys. So that means you will have 48 plus 4, 52 words of round keys. It generates 52 words, whereas if you take 256 bits for a round key, you are going to have 14 rounds, isn't it? You need to have 14 rounds. 14 into 4 will be 56 plus 1 round. 56 plus 4, that is 60 words will be there. So it uses 60 words when you apply key expansion in the AES method. Let's check with the key expansion. So to create round keys for each round, the AES uses the key expansion process. How it is done is, if the number of rounds is n to the base r, then the key expansion routine creates n to the base r plus 1 128-bit round keys. Okay, from one single 128-bit cipher key. So you'll be having 128-bit cipher key. That means 4 words, W0, W1, W2 and W3. So you'll be having 128-bit cipher key. From this 128-bit cipher key, we are going to generate the n to the base r plus 1 128-bit rounds. Suppose if you are using 128 bits, that means you are having 10 rounds of permutation and substitution. Okay, that means you are going to generate 10 into 4 plus 10 into 4, 40 words will be generated. But as the key expansion says, it is generating plus 1. That means 44 words will be generated if we are using the 128 bits and 10 rounds. Next is, if it is 192 bits. If you are using 192 bits, you are following 12 rounds. Now that means 12 into 4, that is 48 words will be generated. But as the key expansion says plus 1, that means 52 words will be generated. 52 words. Suppose if it is 256 bits, key we are using, then the AES will follow 14 rounds, isn't it? 14 rounds means 14 into 4, 56 words. It must be plus 1. That means plus 1 round key means 4 extra words will be added. That means total of 60 words will be generated from the key expansion procedure. This is how the words for each round is generated. We will be having a pre-round. There will be 4 words, that is W0 to W3, and up to n to the power base r gets 4 nr, 4 nr plus 1, 4 n to the base r plus 2 plus and w 4 n to the base r plus 3. You are going to generate extra 4 words in the round key. So this, why do you need this is to add extra security and make it difficult for the attackers or adversaries to assess the key and get the cipher plain text from the cipher key. Already we have 128 bits. Again we are adding 32 into 4 bits. One set of 128 bits added extra in the key expansion procedure. So how do you do this key expansion procedure is given in the form of a diagrammatic representation. Here we have cipher key of from counting from K0 to K15. Okay, each byte, group of 4 bytes will form a word W0, W1. So this cipher key is used to generate the first round. Now we get the first round by combining K0 to K3 and generating it as first word in the first round. Then we will add W1 as the next word from keys K4 to K7. And we add W2, that is word 2, from K8 to K11, makes it W2. Then the last word W3 is obtained by the last set of word, that is from K12 to K15. 4 bytes, K12 to K15 will be generating word 3. So this is the first round, 128-bit keys. How do you generate the next keys? How do you generate the next word and next round keys is, here we have this procedure. In this, we have two conditions to calculate the next word. Okay. First condition is W0 is formed by taking K0, K1, K2 and K3. W1 is formed, that is word first, second word is formed by taking 4 bytes, K4, K5, K6 and K7. Next, W2 is made or generated by using the next 4 bytes of key, that is K8 to K12, K11. Okay. And the fourth word is generated by using the last 4 bytes, that is K12, K13, K14 and K15. Okay. So this is about the first round. What about the next consecutive rounds? How you are going to calculate it? The rest of the round keys can be calculated like this. We calculate the word count by following expression. Rest of the words. Rest of the words starting from W4 to 43. W43. W4 to W43 can be generated, that is W, when you represent it I, for I equals 4 to 43 can be generated as follows. If I mod 4 is not equal to 0, if it is not equal to 0, W I, so you can take any value, I minus 1 XORed with W of I minus 4. We follow this expression to generate the next word in the next round. The another condition is, if I mod 4 becomes equal to 0, now we have to follow Ti XORed with Wi minus 4. So we follow this expression. If I mod 4 not equal to 0, we calculate the next word by following this expression. W equals I minus 1 XOR of Wi minus 4. If the modulation operation generates the 0, then the expression will be Ti XORed with Wi minus 4. Ti is a temporary word we are going to add with each of the round key. Okay. So we have the Ti plus Wi minus 4. Let's check these examples. Suppose if I want to generate W5, so it will be Wi equals 5. Wi equals 5. I equals 5. So what is the expression is? First we have to calculate modulus operation. I is 5. 5 mod 4 is not equal to 0. That means you have to follow the first condition. What we have to follow is wi minus 1. The word we get from where we are getting the next word is wi is 5 minus 4. It is 1. From w1 XORed with I minus 5. That is I minus 1. That is 5 minus 4. It is 1. Sorry, I minus 1. It is 4. W4. 1 input is we are taking from W4 and another input I minus 4. That is 5 minus 4. W1. That means it is taken from word 5. W5 is taken from one input from W1 and another input from W4. So we are XORing the value to get the next word. Same with the W6. If I take I equals 6, Wi, I equals 6, 6 mod 4 is not equal to 0. Say 6 mod 4 not equal to 0, isn't it? Suppose if you take next word, that will be Wi equals 6. Now what we have to do? 6 mod 4 must be done. Since we have 4 words, modulation operation must be done with the integer value 4. 6 mod 4 will not give 0. That means you have to take, so what you have to consider is Wi minus 1. I is 6, 6 minus 1, 5, XORed with Wi minus 4. That is 6 minus 4, W2. So for the word W6, input comes from the previous word and the neighboring word. Okay, from W5 and W2. So this is the same with the W somewhere. Whenever you have the modulus 4 not equal to 0, the input comes one from previous round and one from neighboring word. Okay. What about the first word? The same procedure is followed. If I take I equals 4, Wi4, or if you take I8. Now what we have to make is 8 mod 4. 8 mod 4 is equal to 0. When modulus operation becomes equal to 0, what we have to take is one word from temporary word. That is from T8. T8 XORed with Wi minus 4. I is 8 XORed with W8 minus 4, that is W4. The first word in the next round takes the input from previous round's first word and the temporary word. This will be used to generate the first word in the next round. Okay, this is how it is going to happen for the entire 44 words in 11 rounds. 10 plus 1, 11 rounds. So you are going to take the procedure like this. Here we have the expression that can be used to generate these words in the key expansion. Okay. Next is to know about how to get the R rotating constants. In rotating constants, the first, the 3 bytes from LSB will always remain the same, only the last word is going to, or last byte is going to change. Here, rightmost 3 bits will always be 0. But that's why it is called as constant. Only these values will be rotating. The last byte only will be rotating in the round constant or R con constant. So this is the key expansion in the AES with 128 bits. Okay. The key expansion routine can either use the above table, this one, the R constant table, or when calculating the words, or that can use the GF 2 to the power of 8 field to calculate the leftmost byte dynamically. The rightmost 3 bytes will be constant, only 4th byte will be calculating. How do you calculate this? By using the table or use the G field with 2 to the power of 8 to calculate the leftmost byte dynamically, as shown below with the irreducible polynomial expressions. Okay, this is the table you can use. 1 minus 1 is x to the power of 0 mod with prime value. Prime is the irreducible polynomial which gives you 1 and calculates the hexadecimal representation. You can use again this table or this one to calculate the last byte in the constant value. Okay, this is the algorithm for the key expansion in 128 bits. If you use a key expansion function with key 0 to key 15 and words from 0 to 43. These are represented as states. Okay. The first word will be generated by the 128-bit first key, cipher key, and other from 4 to 43 will be calculated like this. If I mod 4 is not equal to 0, we use wi minus 1 XOR wi minus 4. Else it will be subword and rotation word with the I by 4. The same procedure will be followed with the temporary word. Temporary word XOR, or you can perform the addition with W of I minus 4. So these three conditions will be used to get the words in the each round key of 128 bits. Alright. The below table shows how the keys for each round are calculated. How you are going to calculate each round, assuming that 128-bit cipher key, which will be agreed by the sender and the receiver, Alice and the Bob, are like this: 2475 A2, all these things in hexadecimal representation, B3 3475 88 31 E2 1200 13 AA 554 and 87. These are the round keys, 128-bit round keys that are used in the key expansion or in AES with 128 bits. Alright. So here we have the same method. This is taken from the cipher key with 128 bits. Then we have the temporary word that can be combined. So W4 will be obtained by XORing with this and this. Let's check the first byte of the temporary word and the first word from the 128-bit key. Okay. The first one is 24. The valuation, the word can be generated, reverse can be taken. T1 XORed with W00. First byte or first 2 bytes we shall take 2475 or AD20 XORed with the 2475. 2475. So how you can represent? A can be represented as 1 0 1, 0. D can be represented as 1, 1, 0, 1. 2 can be represented as 0, 0, 1, 0. And 0 is represented as 0, 0, 0, 0. It is XORed with 2475. 2475 can be 0, 0, 1, 0 representing 2. 4 can be represented as 0, 1, 0, 0. Then 7 can be represented as 0, 1, 1, 1. Then 5 can be represented as 0, 1, 0, 1. Isn't it? When you XOR these, okay, so 0, 1, you know about the truth table, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1 with 2 input gives you 0, 1, 1, 0. So if you take the same value, 1, 0 generates 1, 0 generates 1, 0, 0 generates 0, 1, 1 again generates 0, 0, 0 also generates 0. Now we have 1, 0 generating 1, 0, 1 generating again 1. Okay, 1, 1 generating 0, 0, 0 generating 0, 1, 0 generating 1. Then we have 0, 0 generating 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. If you group this as 4 bits, what you get is, this is 8, this forms 9, then we have 5, 0, 1, 0, 1 representing 5, again 0, 1, 0, 1 representing 5. The first 2 bytes in the next word will be 8, 9, 5, 5. See, this is how you can generate the next word, the next round key. So, same procedure is followed for all the 43, all the 44 words in the 10 or 11 round keys. Okay, up to 10, that means 11 round keys are there. Up to 44th word, same procedure is followed. Okay, the next example you can take is, each round key in AES depends on the previous round key. As we got to know in the previous slide, the dependency, however, is non-linear. It is not linear, it is non-linear because of subword transformation. So, you know about the transformation procedure that we have discussed in the last session, isn't it? The addition of the round constants that we got to know in the previous slides also guarantees that each round key will be different from the previous one, even though the words contributing from the previous round and the temporary word or previous neighboring word is same, due to the round key and the constants, round constants, each time the round key will be generating different key sets. Okay, it increases the security of the AES. Now we have these 2 sets of round keys that can be created from 2 cipher keys. We have 2 sets of cipher keys that are different in only 1 bit. They are differing in only 1 bit, or else the cipher keys are similar, generating in or differing in only 1 bit. When you compare 2 sets of round keys generated from these 2 cipher keys, we have round keys for set 1 and round keys for set 2. Here we have rounds and the words that are generated by using the round constants. Each time the key generated will be different. Round keys differ from only 1 bit. Okay. So here with only 1 bit key will be differing. Alright. So it makes cryptanalysis little bit more difficult. Okay. The concept of weak keys has been discussed in the DES, isn't it? As we discussed for DES, does not apply to AES because we use different round constants we use along with the round keys, which generates different set of words so that the weak key concept will be erased from the AES. Assume that all bits in the cipher keys are zeros. If you assume that all the word has only zeros, if you generate the round keys combined with or XORed with other word, you will get the different keys. Okay. So this is round 1. It generates same keys since pre-round has only zeros. When it comes to second round, you can observe here, you are going to get different keys as that of happening in DES. Weak keys generate only similar kind of keys in the next round, isn't it, in DES. But in AES, this method is avoided by using the XOR operation between the words. Alright. So now we have key expansion algorithms in AES 192 bits and 256 bits are very similar to the key expansion algorithm in 128 bits. There is no difference, with only two difference. One is key expansion analysis. When you analyze the key expansion in AES, it has been designed to provide several methods to distract the concentration or distract the attention of the cryptanalyst by making it difficult to get the key as well as the ciphertext to generate to making it difficult for the cryptanalyst, the key expansion in 128 bits or 192 bits or 256 bits to get the ciphertext and the key will be very much difficult for the cryptanalyst. Alright. In the next session, I am going to explain about how to generate the ciphertext in the AES ciphering method. Alright. Thank you.